I'm Agius Saliba, 36-year-old, member of the European Parliament and Vice President for the Socialist and Democrats group in the European Parliament. Basically, I'm putting forward my name again to run for these European Parliament elections, to continue my work in the European Parliament, to continue to advocate for social justice, to continue to advocate also for safeguarding workers' rights in the digital transition, and also to represent my country's best interests within the European Parliament. Basically, my primary aim is always that of safeguarding my country's best interests in all matters, in all proposals, in all pieces of legislation that the Commission will be putting forward and the European Parliament will be working directly on, from agricultural matters to fisheries to environmental matters to social matters. I believe that is my primary aim as a representative of the Maltese electorate, of the Maltese constituents within the European Parliament. But at the same time, I am also very interested to continue my work in shaping the European Union's digital legislation to protect fundamental rights of our citizens, to protect the most basic rights of our consumers, and also to continue to fight, as I have done during the past 5 years, to safeguard basic workers' rights in the digital realities that we are living in today. I think, and this has always been my priority, my primary aim as a member of the European Parliament is making the European Union closer to our citizens. Because I believe that if the European Union project could and should remain a project which is ultimately of benefit to our citizens, it should be a project which ultimately focuses upon the ambitions, the priorities, the struggles that our citizens face. Therefore, I think that the biggest challenge that we have also as members of the European Parliament is that of holding direct contact with our citizens, with our constituents on a weekly basis. This is something that I have been doing during these past 5 years as a member of the European Parliament, basically speaking directly with our constituents, speaking directly with our citizens to be able to gather as much as possible feedback on what they would like us to act upon as their representatives in the European Parliament. The biggest challenge that I see in the European Parliament is this Brussels bubble, whereby a number of MEPs basically lose touch with their constituents, lose touch with the priorities of European citizens, and I think that when we do that, it will be affecting our work negatively, and also the perception of the European project in the eyes of our citizens, of European citizens. The European Union is a very important project for youths. If you see the initiatives that are moved forward on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, when it comes to funding opportunities for youths, when it comes to educational opportunities for youths, Erasmus project, I believe, is the best example when it comes to youths being able to get different experiences within our 27 member states. But ultimately, the European Union is important not only for youths but for all European citizens, because the decisions that we are taking there on a daily basis, when it comes to different sectors, we have more than 30 different committees in the European Parliament working in tandem on different legislation. Therefore, I believe that youths are an integral part of our society. They are not only the future, but they are the present when it comes to governing also our countries, our economies, our societies. Therefore, yes, the European Parliament is of fundamental importance. Therefore, youths should and must make their voice heard on the 8th of June. I love the legal regime within the European Union setup. Why? Because ultimately, when we are legislating at European Union level, we are not only legislating for Maltese and positive constituents, but ultimately we can put a level playing field, especially when it comes to respecting consumer rights, when it comes to respecting workers' rights. We can have a level playing field of rights which are ultimately respected and enforced in each and every member state. When we are working as a bloc and not working as individual member states, especially when we are trying also to influence other continents or companies which are operating in other continents. I believe that we, as the smallest member state, can benefit the most when we are acting together as 27 different member states. Therefore, we have a stronger voice out there. I think that being a member of the European Parliament is a special privilege. It's a learning curve, but it's a great experience. Therefore, I always reach out to youths, but to all different generations within our society and within our communities to come out and participate directly in politics. I believe that if you want to change something, you cannot change it by only commenting and putting forward your comments and thoughts on Facebook or different social media platforms. In politics, and when you involve yourself directly and come out and contest local, general, European Parliament elections, you can have a direct voice when it comes to decision making. Therefore, I always urge everyone to step forward and be part of this most democratic process within the European Union structures. My message is very clear and a very simple one. I urge everyone to come out on the 8th of June and vote. As I said, this is the only democratic opportunity that we have as European citizens to choose our representatives within the European Union structures. We have no direct voice when it comes to choosing the Commission. We have no direct voice, although we vote in general elections in each and every member state, when it comes to choosing our members in the Council, especially when it comes to technical negotiations that are ongoing on a daily basis. But when it comes to the European Parliament, it's the only institution which is directly elected by you, by constituents within the 27 member states. Therefore, my final message is go out, vote. If you don't do that, others will do it for you.